Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you have seen my two videos that I post. And I want to make another one because this one got me laughing and I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my god, like I have to say this one as a story time. So this story time is about when I was 13. I used to hang out with my sister a lot with my cousin and we used to drive around and I used to meet with their friends and was a particular time where I faked my age. So this is what happened. So stay tuned if y'all want to keep listening to that. So this is when I was 13. I was like 13 or 14. Like I said, periods. My mother was a strict, very, very strict parent. And my dad was. My dad was like a chill guy who was strict, but was not that strict. Would still let you have fun and just be a kid. My mother wasn't. My mother was very into her rules. You couldn't be home late. You can't have boyfriends. You can't do this. You can't do that. It was just a lot of things you couldn't fucking do. Okay, so my sister seen that mama was very strict with me. So my sister used to take me a lot out with her, and I got along with all her friends, and sorry, somebody's texting me, and they became like my friends. Like this is where I became more and more matured because I've been out there with them and I see what's in the streets and seeing the type of guys that I was interested between my ages or the older guys were that I used to hang out with my sister and my cousin. So this particular time it was like two times. So I'm gonna put two stories in one because this is where funny. So the first story was I met this guy and I was 14. And I remember my I remember the day like it was like yesterday. Like it was like yesterday. So it was me, my sister, my cousin. We'll drive with my cousin's car or my sister's car. So we drive by through the street, and there's a kid who yelled at my cousin. So my cousin stopped, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna turn around." So I'm like, "Okay." So they turned around. We went like we did a U-turn. We went around the block, and sorry, I'm just like itchy because like my room is warm, and it's like sounds like it gets me itchy. Sorry. So we went around the street and they're talking to this guy. I'm gonna put his as his nickname because I don't talk to him anymore. So we're gonna give him as his nickname. His nickname, I'm gonna use his nickname. His nickname is Teddy Bear, and I'm gonna say why. Because he was a teddy bear. He was a guy from the streets, but he was a sweetheart. He he gave you everything needed. Like if you need him as a best friend, he will be there. If you need him as a brother, he will be there. Like he was a teddy bear, yes. He was chubby but cute though. Okay? So I'm in the car. I'm literally in the car, actually with my sister's car. I'm in the car, my sister's car, and my sister and my cousin got out the car. They're like, just be in the car, we'll be right back. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I was on my phone and Teddy Bear comes to the car and he's like, wait, who's that in the car? And he's like, my sister's like, oh, that's my little sister. And he's like, oh, okay. So he gets out, like, he comes to my car and he's like, hey, why didn't you come out? Like, why are you in the car? And I'm like, okay, like, why you need to know me? Like, who the fuck are you? So he's like, he introduced himself. He's like, hey, my name is, they call me, my name is Tabor. That's how they call me. I'm not gonna say his real name because he told me his name, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna keep with his nickname. And they're like, yeah, I'm Teddy Bear. Nice to meet you. He's like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm Mimi. At that time, I used Mimi and Millie a lot. So I was like, oh, I'm Mimi. And he's like, oh, hey, Mimi, how you doing? So he liked me from the bat. Like, we had, like, this weird vibe. Like, I was very attracted to him. Like, my ex-boyfriend at that time was chubby as well. So I didn't care at that time if you were chubby or not, if you were 6 foot or not, if you had a degree or not. Like, I didn't care at that time. So for him to introduce himself like that, because I know like hella guys in the street and they just like have like the stupidest slang to talk to you, and like for him to just come to the car and try to a conversation with me and just introduce himself, what like got to me, and I'm like, hey, like he seems okay. He seems okay. So he's like, how old are you? And I'm like, 16. So he's like, oh, okay, so you're 16. I'm like, yeah, I'm 16. He's like, okay. So he's like, when I will see you again? I'm like, well, I don't know because I'm always with them. So probably when you hang out with them, I'm probably with them. And they're like, all right. And he finished talking with them, and I'm just shocked. Like he's talking to me, and he thinks I'm 16. So I just kept it like that. So I'm like, oh shit. So so I get in the car, and then my cousin, my sister gets in the car, and we leave. Before he left, he was like, so take care of my wife. I'm like, nigga, I just bet you like 2 seconds ago, what the fuck you mean, your girl and your wife and all this? Like, what the hell you mean, right? So he was like, yeah, like, take care of her. And we're like, okay. And I'm just laughing because, like, things like that makes me laugh because it's like, you just met me 2 seconds ago. And, like, whoa, hold your horses, you know? So through the whole 2-3 years of hanging out with my cousin and my sister all the fucking time, and we just used to drive around. We used to drive around Summer Ave. We used to drive around to the Ironbound. We used to drive around, and it was the summertime, so that was our thing. Our thing was we were bored, we didn't want to be home. We would just drive around the whole fucking city. And sometimes we would just go eat ice cream in New Jersey City. Like, we would just go a lot of places. So I knew a spot where he always used to hang out at. And every time he saw me, he will stop the car and talk to me. And he's like, when I'm ever going to take you out? When I'm ever going to take you out? When I'm ever going to take you out? And I used to be like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, no, you're not I used to lie. I was like, you're not the type of guy I'm really looking for. Like, you're not. He's like, come on, man. But like, I could, I could take care of you. I'm gonna treat you like a princess, like as you are. And he's just telling me all these stuff, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's not gonna happen. Well, the reason why I couldn't date him is, number one, I'm not 16. I was 14. I was 14, and my mom will fucking kill me. Will fucking kill me if I date a guy who was like 25, 24, and I'm 14. And she's strict. My ass would be kicked, would be killed, you know? So I was like, I can't, like, I just can't. And he'd just be like, why? But why? And I'm like, I just can't. Can you just keep that and just be like, I can't, and just leave it like that? Like, why? Just don't even ask me why. Just be like, I just can't. I just can't. So for the past 2-3 years from there, he just kept asking me, and every time I used to go, every time I used to pass by, every time he was around, he always used to be like, when can I spend time with you? When can I hang out with you? When can I take you out? Like, I want to take you out. I want you to be my girl. Like, you got something I don't know around here. Like, you just different. And I'm like, if you just know that I'm 14, I was not 16. And till this day, sometimes we pass by through, we just pass by to each other, and we still say hi. We still are friends, no matter what we see, where we see at the street, we always say hi. He's good looking now. He lost weight. I should have just did him, because he's hot now. So that was one story. Now the second story was horrible, like horrible, guys. It was fucking horrible. Okay, so this is what happened. My cousin and my sister were dating these guys that lived by Summer Ave. It was not on Summer Ave, but it was around there by Summer Ave, right? So they had a friend, right? So my cousin, like I said, my cousin and my sister was dating these two guys, and they had a friend, right? So this friend, we're gonna name him, because I don't even fucking remember his name. We're gonna name him Edward. No, not even Edward. Victor. We're gonna name him Victor, okay? We're gonna name him Victor. So Victor was a 17-year-old who was in high school, I believe. He was in high school. He was like around like 15. He was around like 17, 16-year-old in high school being a badass, okay? And we hit it back. We hit it back. We met them at his friend's house outside, and we were just like talking, chilling. And they had a friend who needed to hang out with somebody. I needed to hang out with somebody because my cousin and my sister had their man. So they were like, well, we have a friend and we have your sister. Why they just don't talk and just see what happens, right? So they were like, okay, no problem. So I hang out with them, and we went to hang out with the guys, and it was cool. We were all hanging out because I was very matured. I used to joke around with the guys. Like, like the guys felt like if I was their groupie, like if I was their age, if I was the age of my sister and my cousin, like that's how maturity mind I had when I was 14. I knew how to act like them, as their age, not like them, but the attitude that they had at their age. I don't remember the age that my sister was and my cousin was, but I know it was in their 20s, but I don't remember what range was it. So we were hanging out with this guy, and we were talking, and we clicked and everything. So then we decided to hang out the next day, all of us. Okay, so this is what happened. So we all hanged out, and then it got quiet because then they wanted to. Sorry about the truck, because my block is a very busy truck. It's a busy street, right? Okay, so back to the story. We all went to McDonald's. And that particular night got into what it went from being great to horrible. So this is what happened. We went to McDonald's. And it got quiet as hell when we got to McDonald's, right? Mind you, we're in this car with my cousin and her man, my sister and her man, and then it's me and the guy, me and Victor, and then there's some Victor friends. So we're all hanging on the car, and we're just like so fucking quiet because Victor is shy to talk to me. Okay? So Victor became to be like, so you like cheese? And it literally broke the whole silence. I started laughing because that came from a movie with Amanda Bynes and the sexy motherfucker, what's his name? And Channing Tatum, like, their movie is like she's the man. I think she's the man. I think she's the man. She all the man. She's the man. Something like that, right? So I was like, so did you just got that line from the movie? Because I know that line from their movie that I watched like 5 times ago because because my man's in that movie. And he's like, nah, you joking. I didn't get it from that movie. That's my slang. That's my slang. And I'm like, okay. So he has his hands around me, and I'm like, this shit's getting awkward because, like, it's just not going where I want it to be, right? So we're just, I'm still giving him a try. I'm still giving him a chance. And we're all talking. We're bugging out because one guy thought that we're going to go inside and order it, but then my cousin decided to do the drive-thru. And I was like, okay, so we're all laughing because he said that comment. And then my friend, he laughing as well because he thought he would go inside to order it, but we decided to just get from the drive-thru. So we're just all eating, and then we dropped them at their house, and we started hanging out there again. And then they were like, oh, we should go to the movies. Okay, we should go to the movies. So we picked a date, we picked the time, and we were going to meet the guys at the movie theaters, okay? So my sister told my mom that it would just be me, my cousin, and her going to the movies because we wanted to watch a movie. So we went to this movie. We met the guys there. And this is where it went fucked up. This is where it got all fucked up, okay? This is where me and Victor did not happen to being me and Victor together, okay? So we get to this movie theater. I forgot what movie theater we went to. We went to this movie theater. I forgot even what movie because it was like a long time ago. I forgot. I think it was like AMC, or it was not AMC in Clifton's. It was like AMC somewhere else that I do not fucking remember. Okay, so it was like one of those movie theaters. We met the guys there, as like I said, we keep meeting the guys there, and it was my sister date, my cousin's date, and it was my date, Victor. Okay, so me and Victor decided to go to this movie with them, and we went to the movie theater. We went inside the room where they were gonna show the movie, right? So this is where it got all fucked up. So Victor, who was my date, wanted to sit at the corner of the top row, right? He argued with my cousin's date because my cousin date told him to come, to go down the road because they were gonna sit there like everybody was gonna have their own seat, their own privacy because they wanted to kiss, my cousin or my sister. So they didn't want to do, right between us when me and Victor were very fresh into getting to know each other. So Victor and my cousin's date started almost to fight. Like, they start arguing each other, they started calling motherfuckers, they started calling all these type of names, and my sister was like looking at me like, bitch, you better tell your man Victor to go downstairs. And I'm like, I don't control him, I'm not his girlfriend, I'm not his woman, I'm just a girl who's going on a date with him. That's it. Like, I don't need to control his ass and tell him to sit down. Like, he doesn't want to sit there, he doesn't have to sit there. So my sister's like, yo, just go sit there. So I was like, yeah, let's just sit somewhere. Let's just sit somewhere. I don't want to deal with this bullshit. So everybody sat wherever they wanted to sit, and it was just me and Victor. Me and Victor sat like couples rolled down from my sister and my cousin. And the movie started, starting, and we had popcorn. I'm eating the popcorn. I'm drinking my water. I don't like soda, so I asked him for water. He bought me the water. I was drinking water. I'm eating my popcorn. We're conversating. We're having conversations. We're watching a movie, and it was all great, right? Until he did this. He put the hands around me, and then tried to touch my boobs. And when he tried to touch my boobs, I took his hands away, right? So he kind of figured I didn't want to do that. And he would do it again. He would put his hands around me and then take his hands and put it on my boobs. And then go inside my shirt and then try to touch it. And I'll take it off again and I'll hold his hand. Like, bro, like, I'm giving you a sign. I don't want you to touch me, okay? I don't want you to touch me. This dude think that I'm around his age and I'm not. I was like 14 still. I was still 14. I was 14. I was still 14. I was still a 14-year-old. He thinks that I'm like 16 because I told I was 16 too. So he's thinking that I'm around his age, and I'm like, yo, nigga, like, I don't want you to touch my boobs. Why are you touching my boobs? Like, why? Like, why? So we watched the movie. I just kept it like that. We were making out, and then that's it. And then we went back home. We went our separate ways, and then I told my girls, and I told my sister, my cousin. I'm like, hey, like, tell your boy that Victor is very fresh. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to see him. He's inappropriate. He's trying to touch my boobs. That's why I didn't want to sit with him, because I felt like he was going to try to do some bullshit, and this is what he did. So they were like, what? And I'm like, yeah. So they talked to their man talked to Victor. I didn't meet Victor until a couple of weeks later after we went to the movies. This is where it got worse. So, because of what happened in movie theaters, Victor not want to be around me. Victor didn't want to talk to me. Victor didn't want to see me. So what happened? So they brought Victor around, right? Him and the boys met me, my cousin, and my sister, and I think at their spot, or we went somewhere else and they met us there. And Victor started to become very rude. Very rude kid he started to become. Sorry. And he didn't want to do nothing with me. As like I said, he didn't want to talk to me. He didn't want to see me. He didn't want to be around me. Okay? So, like, I hadn't heard from Victor a couple of weeks or like even a month. I ignored him. Okay? I ignored him too. So my cousin's like, oh, Victor, she got a cut. And I'm like, oh, I could deal with it. Like, I don't need him to take care of me for a little cut that I have in my hand. Like, I'm good. And he's like, what was you with your attitude? And I was like, I do not have an attitude. I'm just saying I don't need you to help me with this little boo-boo that I have in my fucking hand. Like, I don't need help, you know? So then he's like, oh, why would the attitude? I was like, I'm not giving you no damn attitude. What the hell are you talking about? I'm giving you attitude. So, like, we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he's like, oh, Victor has a boo. And I was like, he doesn't have no boo because that's not my, that's not my man. So, that's not happening. So he got mad and then left. I'm gonna show you my little boo-boo because this is my little boo-boo. This is Princess, guys. This is little Princess, and I love her so very much. And I have 4, and this is a little baby one, and I love her. Okay, and that's what happened. And he got mad and went home. Actually, we was at their house, but we were in front of their house. We were outside, and he got really mad and left inside. And they were like, yo, what happened to Victor? I was like, Victor thought that he was going to get some shit. He didn't get anything from me. I didn't want to do anything with him. I'm done with him. I haven't heard him for like a month or 2 now for him to act like that way. So I don't care anymore about him. So he could go wherever the fuck. He could fuck another chick if he want. I do not give a shit. Because that's not my man. That never been my man. We just went on a date. I just did it for my girls. And that's it. I was just a wig woman. And because y'all wanted y'all time, I was helping y'all guys to have your own time. So that's what happened. And that's not going to happen anymore. And then his boys was like, yo, come on, man. But, like, he mad, he hurt. I was like, I don't give a shit that he's mad or hurt. Like, you haven't reached out to me for a month and then I have to act like everything's okay. Not everything's okay. Like, I will act like a bitch if you want me to. And that's how it's going to be. And I haven't heard him since then. I've seen him places, but I never seen him. I never seen him again. I haven't talked to him afterwards. We left it like that. I moved on. He moved on. Till this day, we don't talk. And yeah, those are 2 times where I lied my age and I got away with it. And I ended up being with 2 great guys, but one of them was not great at the end. So I hope you like my video. Please subscribe to this channel. I hope I will bring more, and just stay tuned to more. And please, please go into my Instagram. It's going to be down below. I'll put it everywhere so y'all could go watch my other videos. And just thank you for keep watching. And I'll see you soon. Bye.